First, CPAC is not the entirety of the Republican Party. That's number one. Number two, political organizations and campaigns are about winning. Over the last 4 years, we lost the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the presidency. That has not happened in a single 4 years under a president since Herbert Hoover. Now, if we plan to win in 2022 and 2024, we have to listen to the voters. We had economic policies that were working. So if that's the case, and we can speak to those policies, to those families, then we'll win. But if we idolize one person, we will lose. And that's kind of clear from the last election. I don't think he'll be our nominee for the reasons I've said. Over the last 4 years, we've lost the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Political campaigns are about winning. Our agenda does not move forward unless we win. We need a candidate who can not only win himself or herself, but we also have to have someone who lifts all boats.
All right, so that's Republican Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, and Charlie Sykes. He was sounding rational, and
yeah,
it's all very disconcerting. But it does remind you that there were 7 Republican senators, I think, that actually voted to convict, which, again, that doesn't sound like a lot unless you've actually served in the Senate or like I did in the House, and understand that usually nobody breaks away. So the question is there a schism in the Republican Party? And where are people like Bill Cassidy and Ben Sasse and Mitt Romney going to end up?
Well, first of all, it's good that they're speaking out. It is great that Bill Cassidy has not knuckled under, that he's not walked all of that back. Adam Kinzinger, continues to push ahead. But here's the bad news is the Republican Party has completely, once again, surrendered to Donald Trump. And it is really amazing when you think about it that it was just a few weeks ago that the United States Senate held a trial about whether he should be disqualified from any position of honor, and 7 Republican senators voted to convict Donald Trump. And yet, what do you see yesterday? The Republican Party, both the grassroots and much of the establishment, rallying around him. Look, the Republican Civil War lasted, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The moment that Mitch McConnell essentially said, yes, absolutely. Even though here's a guy who was morally responsible for an attack on the Capitol, somebody who had lied about the election, supported and encouraged sedition, but absolutely, I will vote for him if he's the nominee in 2024. You realize that the Republican Civil War may go on, but it's over. I mean, it's been lost. This party is completely Trumpified, and the problem is whether Donald Trump runs or not. The party has, I was going to say, is held hostage by Donald Trump, but they've done it voluntarily. I mean, you probably saw Nikki Haley's comments afterwards. I mean, Nikki Haley said, he's done. We can't make this mistake again. And she's out there with a tweet immediately. What a great speech, Donald Trump. Nikki Haley is another one of these Republicans who just cannot choose a lane. They can't stick with it. So good on Bill Cassidy continuing to press this. But the reality is that he and Mitt Romney and Ben Sasse and Adam Kinzinger are a small minority of the Republican Party right now.
Well, it's so interesting, Nikki Haley and Tim Alberta's piece actually criticized Donald Trump, said it was time to move on, mild criticism, and then asked if she could meet with Donald Trump, just like Kevin McCarthy did after he criticized Donald Trump and said he was responsible for the insurrection. And Trump would not meet with Nikki Haley, so now she's trying to get back into his good graces, which, Maura Gay, it is bizarre. I mean, the whole thing has been bizarre. I understand, even though I was repelled by it, people that were kowtowing to him in the Republican Party when he was president of the United States. I thought it was grotesque. At the same time, you'd say, okay, well, they want stuff for their district and they want to be close to power. But here's a guy who lost the House, lost the Senate, lost the White House, has been impeached twice, led an insurrection against the United States of America, refused to guarantee a peaceful transfer of power, botched the pandemic, 500,000 people dead. Historians will certainly blame him for a good percentage of that number. And there's still this guy with no power. They are still all bowing and scraping to him.